Hello everybody and welcome back to my sunroom here on this beautiful day here in East Tennessee in March. Wanted to give you all an update on my Thanksgiving cacti. Told you all that I was going to give them a big haircut, and I did. Oh my goodness, as you can see, Snow White is still blooming, and I had to be very careful which segments I trimmed back because she still has several buds that are going to bloom out. One whole side of this plant is budding out again. So this is what she looks like now. And Big Red, oh my goodness, look at Big Red now. He is much smaller than the last time you all saw him. Some people have been asking me, how in the world do you give them a haircut when they're this size? And my answer is, well, it's taken me about a month to get him down to this size. What I do is I take cuttings every single day, and I have done so for the last month. So he is actually a manageable size now. I'm going to try to see if I can get him back in front of the glass doors here in the sunroom. I'll see. He might still be too big, but at least I have two halo lights, as you see on the right and on the left. I moved this Dracaena back here that I have the halo light sitting down in, and so that should be enough light for him to grow well all summer long. So they look quite different than the last time that I showed them to you all. And over here in my jungle are the three what you would call smaller Thanksgiving cacti that I have, but as you see, they have really grown in just the past month. This Sombra Brazil that Michael McCarthy sent me, look at this thing, how it's grown. This one that Paula has sent me has just, wow, it's taken off. And this is the peach one that Sharon sent me, and oh my goodness, it's getting ready to bloom again. So people are starting to ask me now, is this the best time to repot them? Well, I don't see any new buds on this one, so it's okay to go ahead and repot this one. Paula, the Thanksgiving cactus, is starting to bud again. We had some really cool nights a few weeks ago, and so it's starting to set up buds. So I'm going to wait to do these until they've all stopped budding. And several of you have asked me what I have these growing in. I use Glacier Gold potting mix from my sponsor, the Orchid Supply Store, along with some small Orchiata bark. And I might put just a little bit of chunky perlite in there to keep the mixture light. But that is what these are growing in. And as you see, they've just grown so well. And this is a really, really good time for you to be thinking about springtime repotting supplies. So don't forget the Orchid Supply Store. They sponsor my channel. My coupon code Amy for a 12% viewers discount. And you also get free shipping in the United States. So that's a great deal. So that's what I will be repotting these in. And so many of you have asked me about my Easter cactus, and here is Sharon, the Easter cactus. And I don't see any new buds forming right now. It's the middle of March, so I think it's still just a little bit early, but I don't see any new clades growing either. So that's a really, really good sign. I do believe that this one's going to bloom in a month or so. I know that Sharon told me last year hers didn't bloom until I believe it was June. So I'm not watering it a whole lot. This plant is just not taking up a lot of water right now. So I'm mainly misting it, and I'm giving it just a little bit of water from time to time, but it's looking good, and I am really hoping that sometime in the next month or two, I'm able to show you all some Easter cactus blooms. So, special care tips for March. What am I doing with my Thanksgiving cacti? I've noticed that they are taking up more water because they're in growth mode. Well, Big Red is in growth mode. This one has not started growing yet, but the temperatures have been warmer here, so that makes a big difference in the amount that I water them. And also make sure that they're not in too sunny of a location. Sometimes that can cause some blistering on the clades. I've had some questions about that as well. And they don't like direct sunlight, but some early morning sunlight and dispersed light throughout the rest of the day. That's really what they prefer. I'm not fertilizing yet. They're still budding, and of course I have some blooms on this one, and I'm not fertilizing because I think that it confuses them to go into growth mode a little bit too soon. So I'm holding off on that. I'm not repotting right now because there's still a possibility I'm going to get more buds, and I don't want to do anything to disturb those and make those fall off. March is still just a little bit too early to fertilize. And if your cactus really needs to be repotted and it's not budding, it's certainly fine to go ahead and repot. I keep mine in smaller pots because once you put them in a large pot, the roots on these grow very, very quickly, and you will have a huge plant before you can turn around. So just keep that in mind. If you want a huge plant, that's another thing. But I'm telling you, with Big Red, he got so large he required his own zip code. So just keep in mind to go up just one pot size when you do repot. Like if they're in a 5-inch pot, there's no reason to go up any more than a 6-inch pot. So I will keep you all posted about my Easter cactus. I'm thinking that since it's not forming any new clades, that most likely I'm going to have blooms. It's just going to be probably, a month or two. That's what I'm hoping anyway. And I'm so glad to hear from several of you who have told me that your Easter cactus is budding and blooming. So congratulations to all of you on that one. And before I end the video, I would love to say the blessing over you, your families, and your plants. May the Lord bless you and keep you. Make his face shine upon you and be gracious to you. May the Lord turn his face toward you and give you peace. You all make it a great day, and we'll talk to you next time.